Hello and welcome back to Kylie's Book Quirks. I'm going to be running you through my review of the Quill Print series by Holly Black. First off, before I get started, I just want to remind you that there are important links down below for Black Lives Matter, Stop Asian Hate, and helping Indigenous peoples. If you could please take a moment to check those out. So if you don't know about Holly Black's series, The Folk of the Air, which I call the Quill Print series, it consists of 3 books, The Quill Prince, The Wicked King, and The Queen of Nothing. Personally, I think that this is one of my favorite renditions of the enemies to lovers trope, simply because of how well it's done. Personally, overall with the series, I really like how it blends the politics and the romance. I think the only thing I would like to see more of is more of the romance. That's a part that I really enjoyed and I wanted more of. I would say that the politics are really well done, and I really enjoy reading about them, and I find them very interesting. And I think the romance is really well done. I just wanted more, and that's my big stipulation with the whole series, but I think that's mostly it. So the first time that I read this series, I thought the relationship between Jude and Cardan was toxic, and to be honest, I didn't fully grasp the trope, I think, and I don't think that I got the romance very well, and I think that they were well done. And what I really like about Cardan's character is that he is this morally gray person, and he's done bad things and made mistakes, but he isn't irredeemable. That's what I like about him. So what I really enjoyed, like I said earlier, was the politics and also the trickery of it, that there's, these fairies and they can't lie, but they find ways to trick you anyways. And then there's also, Jude and her wit and how she, stays on top of them the whole time. And I just sort of love the twist at the end of the first book, especially where Jude betrayed Cardan, and that was my favorite part. I do really enjoy the writing. I think it's well done, and I find myself really being captivated by the story. It's not a very descriptive writing. I wouldn't say it's flowery or the complete setting. I think a lot of that is left more to the imagination, which I don't mind, but that's just what I've noticed as I've read. I do like these that family dynamic that Jude has going on, where just understanding that while these people that she's called family for so long, may not be the best situation for her, I guess, especially with Maddox, her adoptive father. I also really like Oak. I think he's very sweet. He's one of my favorite characters. I like Vivi, except I also, some of her choices I really don't agree with, especially later with her girlfriend, Heather, not Hannah, sorry. And then moving on to the second book, Goodreads deleted my review of The Wicked King, but I really enjoyed The Wicked King, and I especially loved the twist at the end where Cardan betrays Juden. I think that that's a really good sort of parallel of the first book. And then I also really like seeing their relationship develop, and sort of how Jude is manipulating Cardan into getting what she wants, but also realizing that she has these feelings for him and she doesn't know how to handle them. I think the beginning of this book to me was really slow, and I had a hard time getting into it, but it's still really good, and it gets good especially at the end. And then moving on to Queen of Nothing, which is the final book, that one is honestly my favorite one. And I think that there could have been more for the last book, just the conclusion. I wanted to see a little bit more of how Cardan and Jude were going to rule Elfhame together, and sort of what that entailed, and their responsibilities, and sort of how their relationship was developing. We saw a bit of that in how the King of Elfhame learned to love stories. I don't remember. I think it's, yeah. I really liked the snake and like the curse plot after Cardan destroys the crown. That I think was really cool. Um, and I really wanted to see more of Jude and Cardan like getting married. I don't know if they would have like an actual like ceremony, but like I think the coronation would be really fun. Um, Jude is definitely my favorite character out of all of this. I think just her strength and her like fervor to do things, and I really enjoy how morally gray she is and how she's doing these things because she wants them done, and this is where she strives to go compared to, you know, having these obligations to her family or such that like hold her back. And I really enjoy how she stays true to herself, and so I think that that's really cool. I also just really like Cardan. I am an avid Cardan's Tale hater, so you'll see no sympathy from me for the tale. um, but yeah, Taryn is an okay character. I think she's fine. I think that she's interesting, but I would have liked to see more of her relationship with Locke and sort of see that expanded. I think that would be an interesting expansion. There is the novella with Taryn that I did read when I first read the series. I don't completely remember it, but I would have liked to see more of her in the books, I guess. So, anyways, that is my review of the Folk of the Air series, aka the Quill Prince series by Holly Black. Overall, one of my favorites, and I really enjoy it, and I'm really excited to, you know, hopefully read more of Holly Black's work if she ever decides to come out with more. So, yeah. So I hope that you all have a good week, and I will see you next time.